Lots of other things happening tonight. Morgan, it's Edge on the Clock time.
He doesn't always break the law, but when he does, it's to get around HOV lane restrictions. Sorry, that was very bad. Police say a driver put a cardboard cutout of the Dos Equis, world's most interesting man, in his passenger seat so he could use the high-occupancy vehicle lanes in Washington. The cop, look at the guy, he's smiling. The cop pulled him over and wrote him a citation, but let him keep going with the guy in the passenger seat.
I've thought of doing that, not with that guy, but back in the day, I was like, man, all you got to do is put like a little cardboard cutout. Nobody will pay attention. But there's inevitably that one day that there will be a cop that actually like, hey.
Okay, question for you. I was driving in the HOV lane to visit my mother, who lives in Cornelius, and I had Sawyer in the car with me, and I was wondering, because he cannot drive his own vehicle, he's 2.5, does he count as another, does that go toward the high occupancy vehicle, or do I have to have like a carpooler with me?
I would assume any extra bodies you have in the car make you high occupancy. But then again, I have been known to assume things incorrectly.
But he can't drive his own car, so what?
I didn't know that was a rule. I
don't know. These are just the things that I'm mindlessly thinking about when I'm driving. It's like, I don't know.
You actually think when you drive, I'm jamming. What? Facebook has unveiled a new feature called On This Day. It resurfaces old photos and status updates that users posted any number of years ago. Users must subscribe to the service. So is anyone up for a random memory or pic that you don't really want to remember?
What was the thing that Facebook did earlier this year where everyone was like, no, I don't want to relive that memory? Remember that?
It was the thing where you could opt in and it would just show like the best year or something, or the past year.
Like highlights from your life. But for a lot of people, it was not. They were not highlights. They were like, I broke up with my boyfriend.
Or it'd be a picture of an ex that they haven't scrubbed from there, and it's like, oh wow.
This is like, what is it, Time Hop on Instagram or whatever? I'm not either.
I'm just like, whatever. I want to stay as present as I can. Try to.
I like that.
Yes.
Yeah. Having trouble maintaining the speed limit? If so, Ford may have the car for you. The automaker says its newest S-Max car features technology that scans traffic signs and adjusts the throttle to keep drivers within speed limits. So this might be a problem if you're a fan of the Fast and Furious.
Yeah.
Not only the movie, but the driving technique.
Leadfoot.
What do you think?
This is a recipe for disaster. What's interesting, it doesn't actually break the car. It does something where it inhibits fuel injection, so the car kind of slows down like that. But if you want to override that, you can just jam the gas pedal and keep it moving. So.
Wouldn't this be, though, I mean, maybe not in all circumstances, but in a lot of circumstances, it would be a good thing.
Sure.
Because it might not prevent you from hitting somebody, but at least reduce the speed enough that it would lessen the damage and the injuries.
But what about school zones? You ride through a school zone that's closed, that's not open or not on, and it slows you down. You're like, what are you doing?
Well,
it's just this is just setting up for driverless cars, and I'm against that at this point.
I would love that.
I'm sure you would.
Drink a cup of coffee, read a book.
Maybe a long trip.
Okay.
Napping, which you could do with a driverless car, is not just for kindergartners. In fact, a new study says that a 45-minute nap can improve your memory. That's according to researchers in Germany who say snoozing during the day helps your brain hang on to what it's learned. All right, it's settled. Nap time at work.
I love a nap. Napping is one of my guilty pleasures.
On a weekend.
During the weekend, yeah.
Or if it's like a weekend and it's raining.
Yeah. You know what I love to do? This is so weird. I like to make my bed and then lay on top of the bed for a nap.
I'm with you.
So that I feel like I'm accomplished. I am awake for the day. I am not sleeping, I am napping on a bed that has been made.
But it's also, this study has said, not this particular one, but it said to like improve productivity. Because I remember so many of those internet startups that were like, oh, nap at your own leisure. And, you know, of course, most of them were hopped up on Red Bull for hours on end. So.
We should have a nap hour here.
Oh, yeah, right. Let me know how that works out.
Up next, where's the Starbucks Race Together campaign now? A couple in Georgia posts an ad on Craigslist looking for people to work at a Django-themed party. This, really? Really?